itself is failing.
I'd like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
We won the evangelicals. We won with young. We won with old. We won with highly educated. We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Niggas, you crazy.
Grab him by the pussy.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Shut your mouth, because you don't know what you're talking about. Yes, I did.
Hold it, tough guy. I'm not afraid of physical. Hold it.
Don't sit there and tell me I'm not.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." You fool me, we can't get fooled again.
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people. Stand back and stand by. Will you shut up, man?
Last thing was Olivia Gondak. It says that I wanted to eat her pussy. Olivia Gondak. I've never said that in my life to her. I would never do that. I'm happily married. I've got more than enough to eat at home. Thank you very much.
You got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Okay. I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody, and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible. I went to an Ivy League school. I'm very highly educated. I know words. I have the best words. We now have a gun on every table. We're ready to start shooting.
By the way, maybe you could inject some bleach in your arm, and that would take care of it. This is the same man.
That was said sarcastically.
That was...
Even though they're trying to impeach the son of a bitch. Can you believe that? You believe that? That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
If I may ask
Peter,
one other question, are you worried?
That's enough. That's enough.
Mr. President, I was going to ask one other.
I don't want reality. I'm asking the question, which one is better? That's exactly what it is.
Got it on tape.
What a stupid son of a bitch.
I don't like words that hide the truth. I don't like words that conceal reality. I don't like euphemisms or euphemistic language. And American English is loaded with euphemisms because Americans have a lot of trouble dealing with reality. Americans have trouble facing the truth. So they invent a kind of a soft language to protect themselves from it. And it gets worse with every generation. For some reason, it just keeps getting worse.
How stupid are these politicians to allow this to happen?
If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big guy.
Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution every poll?
No, sit down. Sit down. Look at you.
You're saying it's a falsehood, and they're giving Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts. Alternative facts. Alternative facts. Alternative facts.
Yeah, about to have me some Duckton. What the f? What the heck? What the hell? I had my mouth. What the f?
time to bear witness to the 2023 Super Duck.
Surging up from the depths of the sea on a tidal wave of terror to wreak vengeance on mankind, stalking the earth, crushing all before it in a cyclonic cavalcade of electrifying horror.
Just moments ago tonight, Elon Musk, in an interview with Andrew Ross Sorkin at the New York Times Deal Book Summit, saying this to advertisers who've left X over his endorsement of anti-Semitic content.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f*** yourself. But go f*** yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
Turn out that major recall involving more than 2 million Tesla cars. That's nearly all of the electric vehicles Tesla has sold in the U.S.
There's almost nothing left of this Tesla after it slammed into a fire truck on a Northern California freeway last February. The driver was killed, and investigators believe autopilot was engaged when it happened. It's one of dozens of deadly crashes since 2016 allegedly involving the technology, and it led to a National Highway Traffic Safety Administration investigation.
We want to take it out of Tel Aviv, where on your screen right there, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu addressing the nation and the world. Let's listen.
Rest assured, Israel will fight. Since October 7th, Israel has been at war. Israel did not start this war. Israel did not want this war. But Israel will win this war. Hamas launched this war by perpetrating the worst savagery our people have seen since the Holocaust.
Tonight, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu struck a defiant tone marking 100 days of war against Hamas in Gaza. He vowed to keep fighting despite growing uncertainty about the outcome and international alarm about the rising death toll.
I think the real number is 15, 16 million people into our country. When they do that, we got a lot of work to do. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world, not just in South America, not just the 3 or 4 countries that we think about, but all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're pouring into our country. Nobody's even looking at them. They just come in. The crime is going to be tremendous. The terrorism is going to be terrorism.
It's crazy what's going on. They're ruining our country. And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that. And I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way. No, they're coming from all over the world, people all over the world. We have no idea. They could be healthy. They could be very unhealthy. They could bring in disease that's going to catch on in our country, but they do bring in crime. But they have them coming from all over the world. You know, Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart. The press doesn't like when they say it. But Hezbollah, they're very smart. I'll never forget that Bibi Netanyahu let us down. That was a very terrible thing. I will say that. They've got to straighten it out because they're fighting potentially a very big force. Everything they say is being digested by these people because they're vicious and they're smart. And boy, are they vicious because nobody's ever seen the kind of sight that we've seen. Bibi tried to take credit for it. That wasn't good. That didn't make me feel too good, but that's all right. You know, Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart. The press doesn't like when they say it. You know, I said that President Xi of China, 1.4 billion people, he controls it with an iron fist. I said, he's a very smart man. They killed me the next day. I said he was smart. What am I going to say? But Hezbollah, they're very smart. But Hezbollah, they're very smart.
Where they took over the police station. They took it over and they burned it down. By the way, what happened to those people? Are those people in jail with the J6 hostages? What happened to those people, come to think of it? They're not in jail with the J6 hostages. I don't call them prisoners, I call them hostages. They're hostages.
Today, Russia's President Vladimir Putin presided over a parade showing off the country's military might. As CBS's Elizabeth Palmer reports, there was no mention of Ukraine.
Поздравляю вас с Днем военно-морского флота!
A flotilla of Russian fighting ships marked Navy Day in St. Petersburg. It was all crisp uniforms and ceremonial salutes, with no hint the country's land and air forces have been battered and depleted by the war in Ukraine. In Moscow, though, there was no ignoring that war. Armed drones attacked buildings in the central business district early this morning. Witnesses screaming in shock. War, but so far, the commander-in-chief shows no sign he's ready to compromise.
Russia has marked the new year with new attacks on Ukraine as verbal attacks by leaders intensify.
Russia wasn't going to let Ukraine end 2022 in peace. This man stands next to the body of his dead wife in Kyiv. Their house destroyed by a Russian strike. This woman says she and her husband were knocked unconscious by the explosion, then woke up as more shook their neighborhood. Russia launched exploding drones. This one shot down reads, Happy New Year. In an address to the nation, Russian President Vladimir Putin justified his invasion while toasting his troops. This has been a year of difficult, necessary decisions, of crucial steps towards Russia's full sovereignty, he says. Ukrainian troops on the front returned Russia's tidings in their own way.
I've done a lot of study. I think Hitler was a really bad guy, and I repudiate what Hitler did. I understand that the British intelligence set him up and used him.
I like Hitler.
I don't like Hitler. And I know you're trying to be shocking with that.
I'm not trying to be shocking. I like Hitler. I see good things about Hitler also. You can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications. Every human being has something of value that they brought to the table, especially Hitler. Yeah, I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think we need to look at.
Oh my goodness! Just because you don't like one group doesn't mean the other. But look,
I love Jewish people, but I also love Nazis. Well, I want to say there's a lot of good Nazis that were just fighting for their country, and for them all,
like George Soros,
for them all to get put in a box. They're all in a box. Every Nazi's bad. Well, could some of the Nazis have just been fighting for their country? Oh, they're all. Oh, we can't put them all in a box.
All right. Do you have any comments on Hitler?
I have to agree with you.
Schwarzenegger said he loved Hitler. They gave him an award. I'm just saying, I don't like Nazis, and I don't like what some of the mafias are doing either.
I like Hitler. There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A lot of things.
They say people learn from their mistakes. Clearly, Kanye West is an exception. Days after making anti-Semitism tweets, the American rapper is once again facing flack online for praising none other than Adolf Hitler. In an interview with U.S. conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, West declared his love for Nazis and admiration for Adolf Hitler himself.
No, none of y'all mother here with no Instagram, nobody living, nobody, and I don't want to hear from none of these Jewish talk about, oh, he's in an episode. These bro, these niggas, you know what I'm saying? I'm on my Farrakhan Don right now, bro. The mother pilgrims, it's the Jewish, they dress the same. It's the same. That's the story. They put us in the school, the Rothschilds. We don't have to bow to this. Okay, it's 60 million of us in America, 60 million Jews in the world. 50% of our deaths is abortion. 25% of us go to prison. Raise one hand if you don't know one prison, one locked up, and one poor. Raise your hand if you don't know one person got abortion. Now I'll tell you, if it was in a Jewish mother on Friday with no, everybody raised their hands. So wait a second. But wait a second. Who make the hospitals though? Who got the hospitals? These are Zionists. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Jesus Christ, Hitler, yay. Third party, sponsor that.
Elon Musk has finally suspended rapper Ye or Kanye West's account after he shared an image of a swastika inside of a Jewish Star of David. He tweeted he would go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people.
Kanye West, he is digging in, issuing a non-apology in a new interview after his anti-Semitic, anti-black comments. Listen to this.
My question for you is, do you now regret saying DEFCON 3 on Jewish people? Are you sorry you said that?
No.
I think it matters. You should be.
Absolutely not. You know, I will say I'm sorry for the people that I hurt with the DEFCON, the confusion that I call. I feel like I cause hurt and confusion. And I'm sorry for the families of the people that had nothing to do with the trauma that I had been through, and that I use my platform where you say hurt people, and I was hurt.
Ties after West wore a shirt with the slogan White Lives Matter, a rebuke to the Black Lives Matter racial equality movement.
Okay, there they were. The Super Duck nominees for 2023. Absolute worst piece of trash of the year. So we saw the 5 entrants, the nominees I should say. Let's just quickly review that. We have Elon Musk, Benjamin Netanyahu, Donald Trump, Kanye West, and Vladimir Putin. So those are our 5 nominees for Super Duck. So I'm going to ask the panel. Well, let me let the panel just give our thoughts on the 5 nominees, and then we'll get into voting. So, Ricardo, what are your thoughts on the 5 nominees that we have here for Super Duck?
I completely forgot about most of the stuff that they've actually done last year, to be perfectly honest. But it does resonate in terms of what we see tonight as the absolute worst piece of trash of the year award. Now, some more than others are more on the path of trolling, but nonetheless, they still deserve to be on the top 5 list. Musk was just very arrogant in how he presented himself last year, and had to get a piece of humble pie when he was called out. If you notice the trend, every time they did something, they were called out, they had to humble themselves, or they face the fallout of cancellation. So the only one that seems to be on a high pedestal is Netanyahu at the moment, because he said something, I think a couple of days ago, that was a little bit concerning to me, where he was like, the Hague can't even touch us. And I was like, say that now, and all dictators say that, but eventually the Hague does get you. As for what they would really do, I don't know, but they will get you. Kanye, DT, I mean, they're your usual contenders that has always been on the list, but making the choice to vote, we'll see what it comes down to.
All right, MD, what are your thoughts on the nominees?
Yeah, man. Prestigious list for the Super Duck, man. I couldn't have picked them better myself. In regards to Elon Musk, man, yeah, again, I agree with the sentiments of Ricardo, man. He touted that he was changing the culture of social media when it comes to free speech. But and then you say, money didn't necessarily matter to him, but you saw how much money mattered to him, because he bent the knee eventually, even to the point where he went over to Israel to kiss the ring of Netanyahu. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't even really understand what free speech is. When we talk about free speech, yes, you have the right to say whatever you want to say. You don't have the right to
The censor.
yeah. I mean, well, if you're the entity of it, you do have the right to censor action.
Right, you do.
What?
But
Right. But go ahead.
No, but I was gonna say he pandered greatly and took the humble pie like it was like what the hell was that? Like, you did all of that to just then make them knock you down, and you just you bend over backwards just because, you know what I mean? Like you were about to lose that much, and you just, oh, I'm gonna put on a spot and go over there and be like, yes sir, no sir. It was not a good look. It made him look.
Well, that goes back to my point. The power of public opinion is strong, whether y'all want to believe it or not. So yes, you do have the right of free speech. That's an inalienable right under the Constitution. But at the same time, you also have a right to be censored, to be blocked, to be canceled.
Let me vote real quick.
So in that aspect, yeah, you're a lame duck, Elon Musk. Netanyahu, see, the one thing I disagree with this list, Van Cat, I wouldn't necessarily call Netanyahu a lame duck, because right now, again, to Ricardo's point, he's on top in terms of his political status. There really hasn't been a downfall politically or socially when it comes to Netanyahu right now. Now, that's subject to change, especially with this international criminal justice proceeding that's happening right now. That's subject to really change. So then he will fall under the auspices of being a lame duck. So I got to cancel him out. Trump, that's my favorite right now. I'm torn between Trump and Kanye. It seemed like you put a little extra sauce on that Kanye clip. Van Cat. That's what I think.
Of course.
I think I think you involved in election interference because you gave Kanye a whole lot of time. You know what I'm saying? You put it out there with Kanye, but I'm torn between the two. Go ahead.
No, I said he's trying to sway the vote.
Yeah, swaying the vote, man. Yeah, election interference on Van Cat. But yeah, man, yeah, with Trump, I mean, it's obvious. You know what I mean? We talking about something that's unprecedented, historical, that's never been done before. 91 indictments placed upon him, and this man is potentially being the next candidate for the president of the United States. Like, the world going to hell in a handbasket, and Trump is going to be the conductor. You know what I'm saying? So that's an obvious pick. Who was the other one? Who else you pick? It was Kanye. It was 5, right? Oh yeah, Putin. Yeah, I ain't messing with Putin. I ain't saying nothing bad about Putin. You ain't finna have the KGB on me. They got a network globally. Putin all right with me. That's all I'm gonna say. That's on y'all. Y'all got that. But yeah, man. Yeah, I'm torn between Kanye and Trump, man. Kanye, see, you could put him in the super duck, but in actuality, man, he spiraled in a world of insanity, and I feel sorry for him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this man what was my earpiece in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? So I feel bad, but at the same time, as an individualist, man, I got to go and dump you in the toilet. As your ideals have put you in a position. So that's what I say on that.
All right, so we got Mike on the panel. So we'll have
New
Mike
Year,
give
new
us
others, sir. New Year, new others.
New Year, New Others is officially here, and we'll get his thoughts on it, and then we'll lead in with Mike's pick for Super Duck. Then we'll tally it up.
Well, I'd like to start by saying I look fantastic in these glasses. Wow. Thank you, Zenny. I appreciate it. I look amazing. Oh, my goodness. Big dudes out here. Get something to make your face look sexy. That's all I'm saying. Secondly, I'm agreeing with MD wholeheartedly. I want absolutely no Putin smoke. For some strange reason, my iPhone, it says you saved audio file, but I've never saved the audio file in my life. And then other people's phones say it, but my phone's never been near there. So I think the Russians already hacked us all and they just waiting for us to say the wrong thing. So I ain't gonna be the one to say the wrong thing. I don't need the phone blow up test to be mine. I'm good. And if you look in the back of that Putin photo, you'll see right up in the court, not that one, the one who was with the soldiers, right in that corner right there, there was a Chinese dude chilling. They too close. I don't want no problems. You got it, Poop. So I'm gonna stick with the other 4. Kanye can never get my vote because Kanye isn't killing anyone. Kanye is just annoying. Kanye is just stupid. Kanye is just off his medical. He's off his medicals. That's it. He probably need to holler at a certain lunar person and get some gummies. That's what I think. He just needs a mood stabilizer. That's why every 5 months you see he apologize. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. Man, shut up. Ain't nobody listening to you anymore. Go make a beat. Go make a beat.
You need a CBD regimen.
Fact. No, he need the whole THC. He need the THC in it. Whole thing. Don't take nothing out. Hey, sprinkle some. Remember Dave Chappelle say they sprinkle crack on him. Sprinkle crack in his stuff. So he need everything. He need all the drugs.
Smoking Zazas.
What? He need all the drugs.
No drugs.
All the drugs. They need to get some mushrooms and put it. All the drugs. So Kanye he's just annoying. You just need to sit down. Everybody that's mad at Kanye, you need to reevaluate your life. If you're mad at a dude who makes good beats and says some nice lyrics because of what he says, you need to reevaluate your self-esteem. Because ain't nothing Drake could say could hurt my feelings. Period. So now to the other 3. These 3 are and Musk. Musk is an idiot. Just go. Musk is literally the epitome, or should I say epitome, if you guys saw my thing on Instagram, but we'll get to that later. He's that girl swore she was saying it right. He is the epitome of when you got too much money and ain't got nothing else to do. That's him. You know how you like, man, if I got $1 billion, I'd do this. Musk is what happens after you've done all the thises and you ain't got nothing left. That's why somebody was like, man, you should buy Twitter. You know what? I'm gonna buy Twitter. And he ain't got nothing else to do, bro. If you look at his life is like he listened to a bunch of people say what they would do and just said, I'm gonna do it. If you ever saw Italian Job, you remember Edward Norton's character where he couldn't think of anything, so he stole everybody else's idea when he stole the money? That's who he is. He ain't got no, I'm gonna build a rocket. Okay, go build a rocket, sir. He ain't got no idea.
Yeah, he ain't want that smoke from Zuckerberg either.
Come on. That smoke. Come on, big facts. So
Zuckerberg was gonna pull up on him.
And you know he would have his little Asian girl with him. All right, my bad. I want no smoke, Zuckerberg. But so we're gonna leave the 3 people that actually affect people's lives. No, 2 people, because I'm not messing with Putin. I'm gonna leave Putin alone. So Putin gone, Musk gone, and Kanye gone. We got Netanyahu and we got Trump. Now you see, the problem is both of these men are assholes. Both of them are okay with being assholes, but only one of them is stupid. And that's Donald Trump. Donald Trump's an idiot. I know he's a billionaire. I know he's a businessman. I know he runs well-established, well-oiled corporations that, no, he don't. He's basically trolling America. And if he loses, he'll just find something else. He'll probably get another show called How They Stole My Country or whatever. He's just dumb. So I don't really take him seriously as a piece of human trash. Netanyahu is the type of person, he's like Churchill. I have all the information. I'm going to take all the information. I'm going to take out with the information I don't like, and we just going to run with this because it lets me murder the most amount of people I can and feel fine about it. I don't think he has feelings. I don't think he cares. I think he is the epitome of a heartbroken, cheated on, bitter ex-girlfriend. That's who he is. It don't matter what it is. Even if my house burns down, as long as that person's house burns down too, I'm all right with it. That's who Netanyahu is. Netanyahu just want pain and suffering on anything that looks like the other side. And when you get to that point in life, you a lame duck, lame goose, lame piece of you're a disgusting subhuman. And that's who he is. Because everybody knows when you get 21 skunk in Madden, you stop playing, you just take the W. This dude's like 53 zip and he don't care. He want to stomp them into the ground. He want to send missiles to blow up what the old missiles missed. Like, that's who he is. So that's my lame duck piece of garbage of the year. And as long as this war goes, he gonna be the super duck forever. Because you're a disgusting human being if you can watch babies being pulled out of buildings with blood on them and be like, yeah, I did that. I'll do it again. What?
Facts.
There's something wrong with you. That's just how I feel about it. Gentlemen.
So we got Mike with Benjamin Netanyahu.
New year, new other, sir.
New year, new other.
Thank you.
With Benjamin Netanyahu. So now we're going to go to Ricardo. What is going to be your pick for Super Duck?
Man, this is a tough top 5. Super Duck of the year, absolute worst piece of trash of the year. I'm gonna have to, if we're gonna go by the context of the absolute worst piece of trash title to it, it's really a toss up, but I have to give it to none other than Netanyahu as himself as well, just for the simple fact that he's running on a pedestal right now, which he swears, and he always, the saying goes, absolute power corrupts absolutely, and it's really, really true. When you're drunk on
Facts.
when you're so drunk on power that you list, like literally, and I've been saying this from the onset. It's now been, I think it's 100 days now, that this whole thing started again. And somebody said something to me, and I'm gonna say it again. If you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. It's eye for an eye, tooth for tooth. I don't have a problem with reciprocating what you done to me. I'm gonna do back to you. With that being stated, when you overdo it now to the extent that South Africa has to step in and say, listen, you cannot continue doing this. It's like we're signing off on this. It's like war crimes. Like you now literally have crossed the threshold of us saying to you, then, and we are not one to speak because our country has done some atrocities to people back in the 80s and 90s and even before that, predating that. We're telling you this looks bad on people, and you're now saying, oh, but the Hague can't stop me, the US can't stop me, all these countries have co-signed and do. Baby love, sir, Netanyahu, let's not forget what you've been doing before this whole conflict came about. They were investigating you.
Benjamin Netanyahu, Israel's longest-serving prime minister, faces the greatest challenge yet to his political survival. He was indicted this week on corruption charges after a long investigation. Netanyahu says he's the victim of a witch hunt and denies any wrongdoing. It follows several political blows. He failed to win 2 inconclusive elections this year, and a third looms. Don't expect dramatic developments, though. The legal process could drag on for years. Here's a look at the 3 criminal cases against the man dubbed King Bibi.
You were doing a whole bunch of stuff, and they were literally about to come to your doorstep. But then I just find it ironic again, MD and a whole bunch of us have said the same thing. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You literally it just came just right in your hands, just like that. You just end up having this conflict, and boom, you just feel the need to just annihilate everything in its path, including pulling dead babies from rubbles. And you just was like, I don't care. I mean, they're babies. And I'm saying to myself, really? Wow. So when the time comes, don't expect sympathy from most people because they're not going to give it to you, sir, because you're really absolute trash. Complete. But you're almost down to the 6'6" grave. And I'm not even going to say it. You know what? They say if you have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. So I'm going to say this. 2024, I look forward to seeing you indict this man, and I hope the Hague take him out in full blown course. And that's all I'm gonna say. So my lame duck, absolute worst piece of trash of the year goes to Mr. Grumpy Face Netanyahu. You can kiss my ass, sir. Next.
All right. So we got Ricardo going with Benjamin Nati, and that would be 2 votes, Mike and Ricardo. So now we're going to pass it on to MD. MD, what's your take?
So yeah, so I understand the logic behind the votes for Netanyahu. You know what I mean? It definitely makes sense. You know, he's a deplorable person. No question about it. But the way I look at it, I'm following the traditions of the lame ducks that we've had throughout the 19 that we've done so far. And the consensus in all of those 19 lame ducks are the highlight was the aspect of them just doing some of the stupidest stuff and being called out for it, whether it was socially, criminally, whatever it may be. With that being said, I'm gonna follow the traditions. I gotta go with Trump. Trump has 91 indictments that's on file right now. What Trump has done has literally changed the course of how politics is viewed in the United States of America. You can't get no lamer than that.
No, you can't.
You know what I mean? In the aspect of how we view Trump as a person, in the aspect of how we view Trump as a political figure, is no question that he's the super duck, in my opinion. And if you really take a step back and look at it from the trajectory of what can be perceived as him being the nominee for the presidency of the United States, he may literally be a lame duck. If it's to believe that the Democrats can garner control of Congress, he literally may be one. And then
wow.
we'll see him really show out.
Good point, MD.
So with that being said, I'm gonna follow the traditions of how lame ducks have been picked throughout the course of 2023, and there is no other that exudes that criteria other than the 45th president of the United States, Donald John Trump.
Okay. All right. So we have 2 for Benjamin Netanyahu, and we got 1 for Donald J. Trump. As for my pick, I came in thinking one way, and now I'm kind of shaking because the points that all you guys have been saying is just like echoing in my brain because they were great points. I think Mike hit it right on the head. He's looking for who's the most dangerous, who's the one that has the most power that can inflict the most disaster. I think MD is spot on. The tradition of the lame duck is pretty much people doing ridiculous, outlandish things at the expense of others, misusing power, corruption, and just calling that out. So that's another criteria. I mean, when you look at it, if it came to life and death situation, it's going to be Benjamin Netanyahu and Vladimir Putin. By far, those 2 are going to be the ones. But if you're going to think about cultural impact, Kanye West has a reach that nobody in the out of the 5 besides him would have. He gets to reach and touch a lot of people through music, young and old. So his words can travel a lot further than a politician. And if your words are not where they should be and are not reputable, and you're spewing a bunch of stuff that can create hurt or harm indirectly or directly to another demographic, that's a problem. It's not a direct thing. It's not like somebody walked up and just slapped you and that's boom, that's instant. You felt it, you see it, you could touch it. Versus, things that just happen, in osmosis, and you don't see it coming, and whether it be through bills or whether it be through indirect contact. But this is giving me a lot to think about because I came in with this 100%. I'm going this route, but now you guys got me thinking hard now. So I'm stalling. So let me just take a look at what we have here again. So we got Elon Musk, we got Benjamin Netanyahu, Donald Trump, Kanye, and Vladimir Putin. Elon Musk is literally a stupid Tony Starks in real life, a guy that doesn't actually do anything, takes credit for other people's work, and so he's something else. Benjamin Netanyahu has really become problematic in a short period of time. I mean, I guess he's been an issue, but I think the last 3 months has really given a microscope, and the spotlight has really opened up on him as how destructive he can be. I mean, you got over 20,000 deaths on your hands, which include over 10,000 kids being killed in that 20,000. So that's pretty grotesque and insane. Donald Trump has just changed the temperature of an entire country and provided a lot of toxicity in politics, as if politics wasn't toxic enough. But again, Donald Trump could be neutered at the ballot box. Benjamin Netanyahu, for the time being, I don't see anything keeping him in check right now. And then Vladimir Putin, he's been a problem for decades. He might be the most dangerous man on this list, if you want to be serious. I mean,
He is the most dangerous.
Yeah, I agree with that. You hear, I ain't say nothing about it.
No, he is the most dangerous on the list because he could press with the thumb of his little tiny fingers, inflicting pain on the other side of the world if he chooses to, and it will just be. I mean, you've seen the most powerful bomb detonated from his country, which was the Tsar bomber. So I wouldn't play around with him too much. But then again, I also see the latter happening. I do see him probably getting kicked out soon. I don't know how, but
yeah, good luck with that. You know. Also, he's up for election in 2024. Also,
yeah, that's what I was saying. I could see him getting.
You don't see no controversy with that.
You won't. We all know why, but anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Also, his economic power is great. Vladimir Putin can literally shut down all of Europe if he really wanted to.
Yep, with the oil
because of his oil.
Yep. I mean, it is the world's largest country by landmass. So, yeah, he has a lot of oil resources in his country. But, let's see what happens. I mean, I still think the latter could happen, but, that's not for me to speak out and say because, bots and AI are everywhere. So, Mr. Putin, you're technically the most dangerous on the list, but if we're going to go by what we've run by for the lame duck, I mean, we know which candidates to pick more so over him. But dangerous, yeah, it would be him more.
Yeah, so I would I'm gonna go ahead and Trevor made the comment in the chat that he already picked Kanye West.
Yes,
so
sir.
that gives 2 to Benjamin Netanyahu, that gives 1 to Trump and 1 to Kanye. So with my pick, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have to pick Benjamin Netanyahu because just the egregious amount of deaths, killing, and then the attitude behind the killing. And then he's trying to pose this as, well, we're just trying to defend ourselves. And you could tell it's a lot more than that. There's a little extra stank on what he's doing. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to go with Benjamin Netanyahu. So 3 votes for Benjamin Netanyahu. That will indeed make him the super duck of the year, the worst, absolute worst piece of trash of the year, number 20, lame duck overall, but the first super duck of the year 2023. You had to do a lot of crap to get to this point. Congratulations, Mr. Super Duck piece of trash, Benjamin Netanyahu.
Man, where did you get that picture from, man? Netanyahu looks dastardly on that picture.
He's looking like what he is. I mean, I didn't make that. I didn't doctor it. That's his actual facial expression. My God, he does look kind of evil, doesn't he?
Yeah, he got death in his eye.
Yeah, that right there is crazy. That's crazy to me. Oh man, yeah. So let's go ahead and close out now. MD, you want to close out, and we go back to Ricardo.
Yeah. So again, glad to see TFP back. Let's start the new season. Let's go. Let's do it right. And tell your friends, tell your family, folks, everybody in the chat. That's it, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Wrestling with Reality.
All right. So Ricardo, you'll close out.
Yeah, I'm glad the TFP is back. Trying to do it bigger and better for this year. There's going to be a lot of topics between now and the end of the year, so we're looking forward to entertaining all of y'all. But yeah, great episode, and just looking forward to a great political, and well, I would say environment, but a great year. Let's see what the turnout is, and looking forward to it.
All right, so I'd like to thank everyone on the panel, the world's most dangerous panel. We got Ricardo, we got MD, Mike. We thank all the people in the chat. Shout out to Mr. Straight Talk Trevor. Shout out to Nini. Shout out to Tequila, Anne Maria G, and everyone else, all the others. So thank everybody for tuning in this week. See you again next week. And until then, this is Tape Fist Politics, TFP, exclusively on the Straight Talk Society. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
We out.
Peace, y'all.
She just said a terrible thing. You know what she said? Shout it out, because I don't want to. Okay, you're not allowed to say, and I never expect to hear that from you again. She said, I never expect to hear that from you again. She said he's. That's terrible. Terrible.